Let's talk about leadership roles, because leadership roles are not a place to rest on your laurels. You push hard, you catch your breath, and then you push again. You do this while you're training the people who are going to take over, backfill, and possibly even surpass you. That's what leadership is. What it isn't, though, is about taking up a spot in an office or in an org chart. Hey, it's Andrew again, and if this is your first time tuning into this series, then I suggest you go back and check out all of our other Leadership Fail videos. You'll learn about us, you'll figure out that we're not only about learning the good from leadership, but learning from the bad as well. We've said it before in our videos and our courses, leadership is about making things better. And that means changing things. That in turn means making decisions. Often your people above you or reporting to you bring your problem to solve or a situation to change. That's the bread and butter of leadership. That's your day in, day out job. Some of our viewers have commented on managers or bosses who seem to go out of their way never to make a decision that they can be pinned down for. I guess they believe that they can't be blamed for something if they didn't recommend, authorize, approve, or even listen to it. Can't tell you how wrong this is. There's not enough time in this video, but we'll get to it bit by bit. So, here's a quick quote. General Patton summed this up that's often paraphrased, and it strikes to the heart of it. He says, "Lead me, follow me, or get out of my way." And as a leader, it helps you to remember these 3 steps. We'll actually make it 4 steps in here. So lead, follow, get out of the way, and communicate at every step of the way. Let's take it from the top. Lead. Can you change the situation or solve the problem? If not, then what can you do to minimize the impact, to minimize the damage? If you can't minimize the damage, what are you going to do to find a leader who can? That's a hard one for people, but it's something you must do. By actively finding and empowering a leader who can bring about the right change, you're still acting as a leader. You need to empower them, you need to support them, and you need to make them successful. You don't want to be the one to stand in their way. Because if you had the ability to lead forward, you would have done so. You didn't, you can't, move out of the way. Escalating the situation to a higher level of management without handing off responsibility, by the way, is still leading. It's still a good thing. If you can't be a good leader, then your second choice is to be a good follower, because good followers are valuable. They're not mutually exclusive, but in each situation, you make a choice. So by making room for an effective leader who can take up the concerns of the team and put the mission above themselves, that puts you in a good light. It puts you in a place where you can go back and take on leadership roles in the future because you've preserved your credibility, your capability, and they're related. Your honesty and commitment to the team is acknowledged. So handing off the issue to your higher leadership, you're still following, you're still responsible for updates, you're still responsible for communicating, you're still in the loop. The big thing is you can't pretend to be leading when you're just blocking the way forward. That makes it harder for anyone else to solve the problems. If you do that, it means that progress won't be made until they go around, go over, or go through you. That's not leadership. That's not a characteristic of a leader or a follower. In fact, it's the good indicator of an opposite. That is, a non-leader, a non-follower, a roadblock. As effective, as pragmatic, as realistic as you think you are being in any given situation, you will have created a group of people who are less willing to follow you. That's the difference between a poor or developing leader and a bad leader. The 4th step, communicate at every step of the way, even if you have no new information. Don't make people have to guess if you're still working on things, if you're still engaged. Especially if they brought you a problem that's an issue for them that's impacting them personally, or maybe there's a major impact to the business. Don't get people guessing. Tell them, keep updating them. I am still following this, nothing has happened, I'll update you in another 30 minutes. Right? Leadership is difficult, but you don't have to do it alone. You can follow our blog, and we've got all sorts of resources. If you need to get through it faster, if you need to level up faster because you find yourself in a bad spot, check out Leadership Unlocked, our new online course. The link is also below. And in the meanwhile, keep trying to make better decisions. Keep working to build your team. Keep working to make things better than what you found.